Hello. We're on the roof of Ashley and Will Makowski today, and Encompass has written an estimate for repairs to this roof. So today we're going to repair this bottom shingle with the wind damage tab marked with an X. The outline is for the shingles that will need to be manipulated in order to remove the fasteners that hold the target shingle in place. We do have overview photos, and I've been doing a pretty steady overview here for going on 30 seconds. So show you the before. I'm going to set you up here on my pit chopper, so that way you can see just how high the shingles are manipulated when removing the fasteners. Go ahead and zoom in here. All right. Okay, everything looks good. It's recording. All right. So we will use a snake tool to perform our repairs today. But for the unsealing portion, I like to use a very thin-edged putty knife. I find, and many roofers find, that using a thin-edged putty knife helps minimize damage when unsealing the shingles. So we're going to use this just for the unsealing portion. So this is the damage tab. So we're going to move forward unsealing the rest. Yep. So little resistance on the unsealing, but not much. Oh, yeah. These tar strips are pretty cooked. Well, all right. So that should be all of them. Again, this is the damage tab. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to place a speed square. Bear with me. Stuck in my tool belt. I'm going to place a speed square underneath the damage tab and show what a 45-degree angle looks like. So if you're able to zoom in, you'll see we're right at the 45-degree mark. That is a 45-degree angle, which is what we're allotted for in performing repairs. But during our repair today, we will not exceed 45 degrees. I'll be surprised if I go over 20. And if I think that one is a little high, I will pull the speed square back out just to show exactly what angle it is. All right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and start removing the fasteners. Let's have a high nail here. Okay, so I lifted this up a little bit because I don't see a nail in this placement zone, so thought we might have a high nail. So this is probably about as high as I'll lift it, and we are exactly at 20 degrees. So okay, yeah, we do have a little bit of high nails, just slightly above the nail zone here. Nothing to be alarmed at. Had nail pull through here, and the problem with nail pull throughs is the nail head, you can see on the end the pieces of the shingle around it. The nail head pulls through the shingle, and what happens on the bottom side of that is it causes a fracture on the bottom side. So that was the first nail pull we had, and that is number 2. All right. Okay, so the last 3 all pulled through the shingle, but that should be all of our fasteners. We'll take this off to the side. Take photos of it. I'm gonna just wipe the area where the new shingle is gonna go. Okay. Okay. Maybe a little problem with the felt here, so I'm gonna look underneath. Should be just about perfect. Now, for those not familiar with a snake tool, when you place the nail in, there's this lip here, and so the nail does not go flush to the roof. So after I initially put the nail in, I have to go back with the bottom side of the snake tool to make sure it's flush. So I'm going to go to the nail zone and see that's not flush. So all right. So just on that first one, I'm noticing aggregate loss here. Looks to be a slight crease or fracture. Showed up after hammering in the new fastener from the hammer strikes. See aggregate coming off the shingle. Same thing there. From the video, you can probably see aggregate falling off as I can, and that is consistent across all of the courses above the repair where I put new fasteners in. Two more, we're all set. And those are pieces of the shingle from the nail pull through. Fastener. should be all of them. I'm going to go ahead, even though you can easily see which one's new, I'm going to go ahead and mark the new shingle. I'm going to zoom out here. All right, so the new shingle is clearly marked, and without touching the shingle at all, as I said, you can see the light creasing and fracturing across the courses above. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly touch the shingle, because the next wind or rainstorm that comes through will wash or blow any loose aggregate that's in these creases or fractures out. So we're just going to lightly touch the shingle here, and as you can see, the crease is showing up. Let me blow that chalk out of the way. That. Haven't touched. You can see the crease there, and yep, right. You can see from where we lifted to remove the fasteners and installed the new ones, the crease right there. Let's get that chalk out of the way. Okay, you can see that fracture, and I am lightly touching this. You can see the loose aggregate that is still across these shingles here. And we'll do a control area as well. And again, I am just lightly touching, and from that you can see the loose aggregate that is on these shingles. So the next wind or rainstorm, we're going to see more aggregate loss in these areas, but it is clear and evident that these shingles are just not pliable enough to withstand limited repairs. And we had one crease shingle, or one crease tab on one shingle. We now have 7 tabs damaged on 3 shingles. So this roof is just not pliable enough to withstand limited repairs without causing excessive more damage to the surrounding shingles. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to just go right below our work area here, and we're going to outline some shingles. We'll label this our control area. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub these shingles in the control area, but I'm going to do it much more vigorously than I did in the above video. So before I start, you can see we have some light aggregate loss just along the bottom side, but that is consistent with the entire roof. So just showing the condition before, and that is just the dirt. So we'll focus on and we'll rub. All right, so I think we can all agree that it was much rougher in this control area than on the area we did the repair. And these, as you can see, these shingles have not been manipulated to remove fasteners or install new ones, which is why we do not see the same damage that we see on the area above the repair. It is very clear and evident that these shingles are just not pliable enough to be manipulated. So we'll send this video in along with photos. Thank you for your consideration.